Get ready for a possible game-changing move in the F1 world. Four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel could be making a comeback, but this time not as a driver, but as Red Bull's racing strategic mastermind. Brace yourself for the prospect of Vettel taking on the pivotal role of Red Bull F1 advisor. Hold on to your seats, F1 fans, because we have an exciting development to discuss today. Picture this. Sebastian Vettel, a legendary four-time world champion, returning to the sport he dominated for years, but with a twist. Instead of burning rubber on the track, Vettel could be stepping up to guide and shape the future of Red Bull racing as their F1 advisor. In today's video, we're diving into this fascinating possibility, exploring what it could mean for Red Bull Racing, their driver development program, and the entire Formula One landscape. So buckle up and join us as we delve into the thrilling prospect of Sebastian Vettel making a strategic return to the world of F1. Let's rewind the clock and take a closer look at the remarkable journey of Sebastian Vettel and his deep-rooted connection with the Red Bull Racing. Sebastian Vettel's career at Red Bull Racing started in 2009 when he immediately showed his talent by winning his first race at the Chinese Grand Prix and finishing second in the championship. The following year, Vettel won his first of 4 consecutive F1 World Championships with Red Bull, dominating the 2010 season and repeating his success in 2011, becoming the youngest driver in F1 history to win 2 consecutive championships. Vettel's reign continued in 2012 and 2013, winning 3 and 13 races, respectively, making him one of the greatest drivers of his generation. Dr. Helmut Marko was instrumental in Vettel's success, recognizing his abilities and supporting his development while providing guidance and support throughout his time at Red Bull Racing. Marko's ability to manage relationships between drivers and team management played a significant role in Vettel's ability to navigate the intense rivalry with his teammate, Mark Webber. Sebastian Vettel is one of the most successful drivers in the history of Formula One, having won 4 consecutive championships with Red Bull Racing between 2010 and 2013. However, his recent performances with Ferrari and Aston Martin have been lackluster, leading many to believe that his days as a driver in F1 are numbered. Despite this, there is still much speculation about what Vettel's future in the sport might hold. One possibility is that he could take on a role as a team manager or consultant. Vettel has often been praised for his technical knowledge and his ability to provide insightful feedback to his engineers, and many believe that he could make a valuable contribution to a management position. Kravitz believes that Vettel will be back working in the paddock as soon as this year, but not as a driver. He explains that Vettel's driving days are behind him, and that the German is a man of integrity who won't disappoint fans by making a sudden comeback. Kravitz's suggestion that Vettel could replace Helmut Marko at Red Bull is an intriguing one. Marko has been a key figure in the team's success over the years, but he has also been a controversial figure, known for his blunt and sometimes ruthless approach to driver management. Vettel, on the other hand, is seen as a more diplomatic and thoughtful individual with a keen understanding of the sport and its technicalities. Vettel could also consider a role with the upcoming Audi F1 team set to debut in 2026. With a reputable presence in motorsport, Audi has achieved victories in endurance racing and touring car championships. A management position with the team could allow Vettel to contribute to building a new F1 team from scratch and influence its culture and identity. The role of an F1 advisor varies depending on the specific needs of a team, but it generally involves providing guidance and advice to the team's management and drivers. This individual is typically an experienced former driver or team manager who has a deep understanding of the sport and can offer insight into strategy, technical development, and overall team performance. With 4 F1 World Championships under his belt, Sebastian Vettel's wealth of experience and expertise could prove valuable as an F1 advisor. His vast knowledge of the sport, technical expertise, and strategic thinking could be especially useful for a team like Red Bull, where he spent a considerable portion of his career and achieved much of his success. Red Bull would likely have several expectations for an F1 advisor, such as guiding technical development, strategy, and overall team performance. Although the team has a strong history of success in the sport, there is always room for improvement, and an F1 advisor like Vettel could provide a fresh perspective and valuable insights that may not be immediately apparent to the team's current management. Comparing Vettel's management style with that of Dr. Helmut Marko is challenging since they have different roles and responsibilities within the team. Vettel is a former driver with extensive experience, while Marko is a team advisor responsible for driver development and talent scouting. However, both are renowned for their strong leadership skills and strategic thinking, which have contributed to Red Bull's success in the sport. Vettel's experience and expertise make him a strong candidate for an F1 advisor role. and Red Bull's expectations would likely encompass technical development, strategy, and overall team performance. Although Vettel's management style may differ from Dr. Helmut Marko's, both share a reputation for being strong leaders with strategic thinking abilities, which have proven instrumental in Red Bull's success. Dr. Helmut Marko is one of the key architects of Red Bull driver development program, which has been instrumental in shaping the careers of several successful drivers, including Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, and Max Verstappen. Marko's approach to identifying and nurturing young talent has been widely praised, and he has a reputation for being tough but fair in his dealings with drivers. Under Marko's guidance, Red Bull has invested heavily in developing its young drivers, providing them with opportunities to compete in junior categories and gain valuable experience before graduating from Formula One. Marko's focus on talent identification has also been key to the success of the program, as he has been a keen eye for spotting potential in young drivers. Sebastian Vettel, who won 4 consecutive world championships with Red Bull Racing between 2010 and 2013, is perhaps the most high-profile graduate of the Red Bull driver development program. Vettel's success has helped to establish the program as one of the most respected in the sport, and his knowledge and connections in F1 would be a valuable asset to Red Bull as it looks to continue its success. Vettel's experience and expertise in Formula One could help to enhance Red Bull's driver development program, particularly in the area of driver coaching and mentoring. He could also use his connections in the sport to help identify and recruit new talent, as well as to establish partnerships with other teams and organizations. The potential impact of Vettel's involvement on Red Bull's future driver lineup is difficult to predict, as there are many factors that will influence the team's decisions. However, it is clear that Red Bull is committed to developing its own talent and giving young drivers the opportunity to succeed in Formula One. With Vettel's support, the team could continue to be a major force in the sport for years to come. Sebastian Vettel's recent announcement that he will race at the Suzuka circuit has sparked speculation about his future in Formula One. While Vettel has not confirmed whether he will return to full-time competition in the sport, his statement has raised many eyebrows, and rumours about his potential involvement in the management of the Audi F1 team are also circulating. Reports suggest that he could take on a leadership role within the organisation. Nonetheless, if Vettel decides to continue his Formula One career, Red Bull remains his most likely option. Vettel has a long-standing relationship with the Red Bull team, having won 4 world championships with them between 2010 and 2013, and he also has maintained close ties with Red Bull's motorsport advisor, Dr. Helmut Marko. Red Bull has a history of developing young talent and providing opportunities for drivers to succeed in Formula One, which could be appealing to Vettel if he seeks a new challenge. While the team already has a strong driver lineup with Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez, Vettel could potentially fit in as a third driver or serve as a mentor within the team. There are potential advantages and disadvantages to Sebastian Vettel becoming an F1 advisor for Red Bull. On the positive side, Vettel has a wealth of experience and knowledge in the sport, having won multiple championships. This would allow him to offer valuable insights and advice to the team. Additionally, his network of contacts in the sport could be useful for Red Bull in terms of securing partnerships and identifying new talent. However, there are also concerned about a potential F1 conflict of interest if Vettel were to advise Red Bull while still competing in the sport. This could lead to concerns about bias in his advice. Furthermore, bringing in a new advisor could disrupt the team's existing dynamics and processes, potentially causing more harm than good. The reactions to Vettel's appointment as F1 advisor for Red Bull would likely be varied, with some seeing it as a positive move that could strengthen the team's position in the sport. Others may be more skeptical or view it as a potential conflict of interest. The opinions of team members and fans may also differ depending on their relationships with Vettel and their roles within the team. In conclusion, Sebastian Vettel's successful stint at Red Bull Racing, his potential role as an F1 advisor, and Red Bull's driver development program are all significant factors in the world of Formula One. While Vettel's driving days may be behind him, his extensive knowledge and expertise could make him a valuable asset to any team. Meanwhile, Red Bull's driver development program, led by Dr. Helmut Marko, continues to produce some of the sport's most talented drivers. Could Sebastian Vettel help steer Red Bull Racing to even greater heights as their F1 advisor? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more F1 news and analysis.